Hello, welcome back to another game on Arena, a 3v3 team game sent to me by WonderHD here, WonderHD on the flank playing yellow as the Byzantines against Baby Comeback, I guess? Baby Comeback in purple as Aztecs. Ooh, this could be interesting already. Byzantines against Aztecs. On Arena, Aztecs could go aggressive even in team game, I guess. I don't really know a lot about team game Arena, but I think that's an option here. Aztecs should be good. And the pocket for our team THD, let's call him like that, because we have Lacey here. Is it called Lacey? Lacey? Lace? Wait, it's Lace. Let's call him Lace. Not sure how it's pronounced. Lace playing in red as the Teutons. Teutons pocket should be nice. Double berries, actually. Look at this. Just beautiful here. And on the flank, on the right flank, your Boom Rocks, a Smurf account of Dench, as I've been told. He's playing as the Spanish. Nice flank civilization here, actually. But against Burmese from Leo Dagobert, this should be interesting too. Spanish is strong, but Burmese is not bad either, obviously. And we might see a Ramba Conquistador. I would love to see that. We might also see monks here. Minir playing in green as the pocket. Khmer here, and we expect to see battle elephants then in Imperial Age, I guess. Khmer elephants should be good, as far as I remember. We could see ballista elephants. That would be really fun, but it's unlikely in a team game. So let's see how the game is going. And I'm going to start with Wonder here, who is as the flank with the main gold and the main stone. Pretty safe in the back here. That's very nice to have. We have another boar inside. Second and third gold forward and forward outside. That's not too good for him. So if we have Baby Comeback go aggressive, then there's only the main gold remaining. The second stone on the outside, but towards the teammates, so that should be alright here. We have Baby Comeback, Aztecs with a main stone safe in the back, with a second stone also safe in the back, but the gold's apparently outside of forward. Main gold forward, actually. Second gold inside, but close to the wall here. And I guess that's his third gold here on the side towards his pocket here. And I think the map not too nice for him, but should be able to defend it as the Aztecs. He could go aggressive or just try to defend the main gold here. House coming up to have some vision, I guess. Not sure about this, but there is no boar around, and I think that's the main reason to go with the villager here. We have on the other flank Dench playing as the Spanish with the main stone, quite safe here in that little pocket. That's quite nice. So he can go for a safe castle. He's got a few zebras coming in. Not sure what version of the map that is that they're playing here. The main gold close to the walls, but on the back side also the second gold, and I guess that's the third gold for him then. Not sure, we're gonna find out. That's all in one spot, but it's not aggressive, it's not forward, so that's good for him. Golds should be fine here, and missing the second stone, which is in the back, quite safe actually as well. We have for the Burmese here, Dagobert, main stone and second stone, forward and forward outside. That's not too nice to have. Third gold forward, second gold on left hand side is also outside, and only the main gold is pretty safe in the back here actually. I guess the stone might be a problem. If Dench is going to trash here, he could do a lot of damage. The mining camp coming up already for Dagobert here. And then we are missing the pockets. We have a Teuton pocket, Lace with the main gold forward, with the main stone safe in the back, at least something, but the second and third gold also forward and outside. I don't think he's gonna be trashed or rushed here in any form, but it could be possible. And then the main gold is the only thing that is inside his base. It's not really too good. A little bit of pressure and there might be trouble. Actually, Lace is going up to feudal age first before anybody else. Is he going for some, what, 26 population? No, that's a fast cast for the Teutons here. Nothing special. We have Minir on the other pocket with the Khmer with the main stone safe in the back. That's nice to have. Second stone also in the back, and the main gold rather safe here. Could wall this off if we really needed to. We have the second gold inside forward for him, and the third gold forward outside. So the map okay-ish, I think, at least. Looks like he's going last. Makes sense with the Khmer. He's got 29 population at 28 villagers, and he can go to click the castle immediately after hitting feudal, so he won't be too late actually. It doesn't look, it looks like it for in the first glance, but that's not the case. We have a relic in the middle of the map, and it looks like one relic close to Wonder, one between Minir and Baby Comeback. This one is close to Minir, and I'm missing one which is close to Dench here. The relic distribution a little bit in favor of the team Minir. I think I would call him like that. I don't think they are in any form of clan other than the Leo Dagobert here. And the other team, THD, I'm not sure what THD stands for. I knew it. Something with HD, but I'm not not entirely sure. And we have all the players arriving at feudal age now, and nothing special happening at this point in the game, I think. We've seen the Burmese player Dagobert on stone, going with more villages on stone now, and he will have the resources to click up to Castle Age without any problems. Same goes for Dench, who is on the way to Castle Age already. He's put a mining camp on that main stone. I don't like it. I think it would have been better to see it here or here. Like this, the villages are bumping into each other at least a little bit, but it's fine. We're gonna see castles from both flanks here on the right hand side. On the left, I don't think anybody's on stone. Nice wall of here coming up from Wonder. And he is on the way to Castle Age as well. Is on 30 population actually, that's quite a lot. But Baby Come Back also quite late. Also, that's 29 pop, 28 villagers actually. Wonder has one more villager here, interesting. What's the plan for the Aztecs player here? I'm not really sure. Mark and Blacksmith forward a few more houses, so this wall is reinforced more or less, and it's not going to be easy to break that. It's not too easy. But now all the players are going to Castle Age. First to be there is Dench. Where's the castle for him going up? That's the question. He's sending villagers from stone to build a castle, I guess forward inside his base would be makes sense, or just outside, close to the walls. That's also possible. He's gonna scout around, so he is making sure that there's no attack. He can actually see the main stone, which makes sense, and he's putting the castle between the second stone and the third gold from Dagobert here, and he's also covering the main stone. Now Dagobert is up to Castle Age, and he's putting the counter castle up. Spanish villages are faster, 6 against 5, but Dagobert is sending 10 more, and this could be an interesting castle rush here. On the left hand side, doesn't look like an aggressive game between Wonder and Baby Come Back here, so let's see. Castle from Dagobert is going up faster, but Dench is not far behind. He may lose a villager or two. He has Loom, but he's still gonna get that castle up. That's 3 dead villagers. But the forward castle is up. Now the question is, your boom rocks, that's Dench. Is he going for fast imp? No, doesn't look like it. Only 4 villages on gold. So he's staying with 2 in stone. He will add in extra TCs. Fast imp might have been an option here. For Dagobert, we are seeing a siege workshop coming up. He's got 4 villages on gold as well. And no fast imp coming from him either. So it's not going to be about trebuchets. It's going to be about Arambai and possibly conquistadors. And those 2 castles. Then we have, what is going up on with Minier? Is he going for a 3 TC, 4 TC boom? That's 1 TC on the main gold, up and running. 1 TC on the wood line, that's 4 TCs in total. So we're gonna see a big boom for him. On the other pocket, Lays, a TC on the main gold forward, 1 extra TC here on the wood line. And he's also going for 4 TCs, 1 TC on the wood line and the main stone. We're gonna see a little bit of a boom contest between those 2 players, I guess. Looks like Lays is ahead by 6, 7 villages possibly. That's a lot here, but Teutons have the better boom compared to Khmer in my opinion. Now we have a lot of villages on gold for Dench, and we have the first fights between the Arambai and the Conquistadors. Arambai have the better numbers here, and 17 against 16 attack, 60 against 55 HP. They're lacking the armor obviously. I feel like the numbers are deciding here. It's not like one unit is a lot better than the other. Of course Arambai technically are cheaper, using the fact that it's easier to get wood than food, and especially when you're booming, you don't want to spend food on your military units if you can afford to not do that. Then again, we have Dench with a lot of farms here, and still 2 villages on stone, so we might see a second castle coming up sometime in the future. Problem is, that's the only thing that he's going for himself, the castle. Nothing more. He's losing conquistadors. He's facing a lot of Arambai. On the other side, there is a castle up for Wonder, just in case, I guess. Guarding that second gold and kind of the third gold as well, is protecting the base completely. Also walling off here with houses, market blacksmith on the walls, but neither player on the left flank is going to be aggressive in like early and mid Castle Age. Don't think we're gonna see any of the cataphracts. Maybe later on, that would be nice to have. And the poker players are just booming, so we are waiting for the action to happen. Only action here on the side, and we do see Dagobert with 38 against 38 villages from Dench. That's pretty neck and neck. Military units looking a little bit better from Dagobert, and I think that's the reason he's in a score lead compared to Dench here. Now there's 3 ramps coming up. That also makes sense to get a score lead when you're going for a ramp push. And a second TC now coming up on the main gold in the back here. That's the second, yes, that's the second TC. Stable up, probably to get bloodlines, or maybe, yeah, that's bloodlines it is. Maybe to get some elephants, it would be fun to have, but I think it would call for monks. And we have have Dench on the other side with a lot of villagers on the gold now. He's got 200 gold in the bank. He's going for a second TC now as well on the wood line here. Not going for a TC on the main stone. We could have seen it here, but he decided against that. Maybe he wants to have a lot of space for farms around. It's possible. Or maybe he just wants to have it a little bit safer. Ramp push is starting. Question is Dagobert going to open the walls? I don't think so. I think he's just going through that gate. Actually, the walls are open now, so he is going for that. It makes sense. You don't really need to keep these walls closed as long as the castle is around. And there is 3+1 ram on the castle. There's conquistors around, but the Ermbai obviously are going to follow up now. And that castle is falling really, really fast. Does not look good for Dench here. I was a little bit ambitious with the castle, but I think he needed to follow up stronger, either with siege or with a fast imp. That's not happening. Instead, you can see the castle going down so fast. 4 rams could now march towards Dench space, and Dench does not have military units around now, except those few conquistors. That's 8 of them. Monasteries coming up, at least 1 here, but Dench also housed, and that's not looking good for him. He's got a lot of resources in the bank, but cannot do anything with that. Now we have Days on the way to Imperial Age. And same for Wonder, actually, who has the cheaper imp, obviously. Going for a few cataphracts here. A castle coming up, barracks, siege workshop. We're gonna see pikemen and then halberdiers against, I guess, upcoming battle elephants. On the other hand, we have Imperial Age coming up from Baby Come Back, and he's the fastest to go up to imp. Archer range, crossbow on the way. Are we gonna see arbalest from Aztecs here? A little bit surprised, to be honest. I don't really understand it. But maybe he doesn't want to see cataphracts here from a Byzantines player. Not sure what to do here, actually. Looks like Baby Come Back doesn't have stone for a castle, doesn't have a castle up or building one. So he is just relying on military units and siege workshop units. It could be dangerous. Ooh, look at this. This could be interesting. Villagers moving forward, only 3, but they're going to build very forward stables on the Teuton's pocket. And of course, then pikemen and halberdier makes a lot of sense. At the same time, something I didn't show, obviously, Dagobert is moving in and is hitting the blacksmith in the market now. Has a lot of Erembai behind that. He's going to face monks, and monks are a decent counter to those Erembai. We can see the blacksmith going on rather fast. We're going to see conversion here too. Well, it's going back for now. On the left hand side, yeah, it looks like we're going to see 1v1 and simultaneous 2v2 in a way. There's the first stable coming up here now. And we have cataphracts moving forward to actually snipe a few of those crossbowmen. They're in now. The gate is still open, but Wonder is moving back. He doesn't want to rush anything here. He's waiting for the trebuchet and is probably waiting for Lace to support him. Captain and Halberdy on the way. We have second stable up and running. We have siege workshops coming up. Actually not running. Bloodlines on the way. Scale barding armor, forging, husbandry. But no elephants, no nothing. How's the boom looping? 124 population villages for each pocket. Look at this. This is beautiful. Actually neck and neck here. And we're going to see more upgrades. On the other side, that ramp push was stopped because the monks probably were too good against the Arumbai. Arumbai is still around, and there is a dozen of them and more. Looks like 13, 14, 15 maybe. We have handcard on the way from Dagobert, who is on how many villages? 70 against 81 now from Dench. So Dench is putting it in the boom a little bit. There's the Caprams and Halberdiers moving in. Elite battle elephants on the way. Chain barding armor. Capram also from Minir. And he's getting more and more units. Question is, did anybody see this forward? He looks like, let's find out. No, nobody can actually see this. This is not even scouted, and this could be a really surprising attack, because once those elephants are hitting, and they're gonna be hit hard, it might be dangerous or difficult for Lace here to defend. Might be dangerous because his base is in trouble. At the same time, Aztecs player here, Baby Kamek, is trying to hold fully upgraded Arbalest on the attack, and Eagle Warrior now coming in, so quick Arbalest before actually transitioning. Makes sense, kind of. Still, the gold's not too good for him. Where's the third gold? Actually, that's rather in the bag, so this is almost the safest gold he has, despite the fact that it's outside. We have battle elephants now moving in. There is a mining camp coming up on that third gold, and the Capram is moving forward on the gate. Aronbai moving in. Ooh, nice snipe here. Can you get the monks? Looks like the monks are getting trapped. They cannot go into the TC. That's 3, 4, or 2, 3, 5. At least 5 dead monks. for maybe an arrow by or two, and the arrow by also moving in. More monsters coming up. Dench is in trouble here. He's going up to Impure Age, but he doesn't have military units around to defend. Only 7, and that's a few monks, 1 scout here. Looks like the Iron are dominating this. On the Battle Elephant front, we have Haldius now starting to defend, and the Elite Battle Elephant 320 attack, 16 plus 5 attack. That's a lot here, but Haldius have a decent bonus against those Battle Elephants as far as I remember, and they should be cost effective in the long game, as long as the trade is not running. For now, gold is not a problem, and Battle Elephants will be good. We have Cataphracts on the map, a few upgrades on them, but not elite, and no, what's it called? Logistica, I think. I don't think that he has it. Actually, Wanderer has a lot of resources. Did he get slung? Or did he get sling? What is happening here? Look at that food count, 122. Go for elite upgrade already. Wow, that's beautiful. And that's 3 castles in total, plus 1 coming up. Maybe he got slung a little bit. I think he might have been. I'm not going to check it now. We see Dench now transitioning into barracks units. Are we going to see a halberd for him as well? Maybe hand cannoneers. And the battle elephants are actually moving into lay space. This is really interesting. Castle coming up, defensive position, but not many villagers. Halberd is still trying to defend. Garland was on the way from the Aztecs player here. And I'm waiting for the Cataphract attack, to be honest. Bracer, lead skirmisher. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of different units here. It's team game, obviously, and there is stables coming up from Burmese now as well. We have 2 battle elephants here, actually. Not sure if both should go that way. And that forward here from Minir is still strong, but it's gonna be hard to keep that up, actually. Minir resources looking okay. She's still fighting Halberdiers with battle elephants, and I think he should add in some extra unit. Maybe heavy scorpions would be perfect here, like battle elephants and heavy scorpions, and then you need some form of rams or trebuchets to get castles down. You can see here a lot of cataphracts, still not elite. Wonder, what are you doing? Why are you not going for that upgrade? I wish we would see elite cataphracts here. There's a lot of them on the field. Is producing? No, he's going for elite skirmishes only now. I don't really understand it. Look at that gold count. 1, okay, 8, and rising. And he's taking a lot of gold here, but he's still not going for his upgrades. Maybe he's not sure about the cataphract choice here. That's the only explanation I have. And I think he should also try to help out at lay space a little bit. The cataphracts, once elite, could be okayish against the battle elephants. With the help of halberdiers, should be fine. There's now Ram sitting at castle, and it does not look good for Lace here. Here, as the pocket player, is low in population, 107 only, 82 villagers, and instead Wanderer is looking quite well here, with decent resources still, with a lot of army. But who did I just see? Wait, yeah, it's still Wanderer has all the resources. What is happening? He's now spending food. He's giving food to Lace. 3k5. That's a mistake. You should give him like 2k. He will be fine there. And you should help out at this point, but it's not easy to do. I know I'm talking here as in a caster perspective, but it's so hard to actually do a fight in multiple fronts. Now we have Dench on the other side, 145 population, trying to move forward a little bit. Use the monks with the plus 3 range, obviously, to get some iron bike converted. I think he got like 2 or 3 maybe. And we still have battle defense from Minira taking down everything in the way. Caprams helping out. This is really not looking good here for our pocket player, for Lace. He's sending villagers to the left. I guess he has a few of them here, but not too many. I don't really see a lot of villagers for him. Where are they going? They're still inside his own base, or are they moving out? Has the will count actually? That's 41. That's almost dead. Town center coming up here, but there's 1 battle elephant hitting villagers, and Lace definitely needs to wall. This is not doing that. He's losing more and more vills. This is very bad for him. Ooh, this game is getting interesting. Minir stomping over Lace as the pocket here. On the right hand side on the flank, we have trebuchets hitting the siege workshop, the castle defending the gold. Looking actually quite well for Dagobert as well. Dench is still behind in score population-wise. He's ahead a little bit, but the military is looking better for Dagobert now. He still needs to catch up in villagers, or in population in general. 110 against 127. And on the left flank, we have elite skirmishers moving in. There's villagers waiting to, I don't know, build a castle. Cataphracts still not elite, but looks like Wanderer doesn't have the food for now. A lot of gold in the bank, and the Aztecs player, Baby Come Back, does not really have a counter to the Cataphracts apparently. And he needed to maybe go for standard infantry, for pikemen, for a lot of units at least. And I think for siege units possibly. Cataphracts seem to be a good counter here. Monks might have been an option, obviously, but it's not going to be easy to do that in Imperial Age. And maybe he needed help from his pocket as well. The pocket war is happening, and you can see 175 population, but Wonder on 186. He's the player who is pretty much untouched for the entire game. He was able to defend, and is the one who started a rush on the Aztecs flank here, together with this pocket before. Yeah, looks like Les is pretty much dead. 5 villagers remaining, and they are at least safe inside Wonder space. This is so important. TC now coming up. He could go for 2, 3 extra TCs if he's buying some stone. Got a lot of gold in the bank as well. Look at that gold count. And Dench on the other side is looking okayish with the resources. He's actually able to establish a little bit of a fort outside his base, and he's using bombard cannons now to hit that forward castle. Trebuchet is gonna get unpacked and try to defend the castle here. No problem for Dagobert, or it shouldn't be. And what are we going to see? I wish to see standard infantry here actually for the Burmese. And the champions are actually up. 13+7 attack. That's really nice to have. Champions against hand cannoneers and halberdiers. The hand cannoneers will be okayish, but you need a few more, I guess. And still, we could see some addition of other units. I think some light cav might be an option here, because you can take down the few halberdiers that are around. Now we have a lot of cataphracts, but they're still not elite, which is a little bit confusing to me, to say the least. And there's a few petards going to move in. The walls are down. That last petard is going to die to the castle fire, but Minir is getting a counter-attack on his face now. Castle coming up at home already, but the cataphracts are moving in, and it looks like the Aztecs flank here is in trouble a little bit. He's looking better than Lace here, with the pocket player, because Lace lost his base completely, and Minir is advancing towards the enemy middle, let's say it like that. Elite Cataphract finally coming up. Looks like Wonder finally realized, oh, I have resources. I could go for those really, really good and really strong elite cataphracts. They're fighting against battle defense now, and I guess the elite battle defense should be better, but I'm not sure by how much, to be honest. Howder coming in. Oh, sorry for that. I had to sneeze. Didn't want you to hear that. Might happen again. Current architecture. Wait, what is Howder doing actually? I forgot about that. Howder for Burmese. It's some battle defense thing. +1/+1 armor. So we're gonna see elite battle defense from the Burmese player here as well. 16+4 attack, but there is the +2/3/2 is missing some upgrades, I guess, or is he not getting that upgrade? I'm not sure. And Dench is now going architecture, banking iron casting. Dench has a good amount of hand cannoneers here and a few converted battle defense, which is really nice to have. The pikemen, oh sorry, halberdier, will take care of the rest. At the same time, Wonder is moving into Baby Come Back space here. Got a castle up, Trebuchet coming out, and he's using only elite skirmishers, but no, there's the cataphracts around. The cataphracts are also still trying to raid inside Minir space, and I think that stopped Minir down a little bit. That's what they need to do. Wonder is leading his team in this game. Minir is still ahead, but not in population, just in score, and I think that's because he took down so many buildings. And I think Minir has only one option. He needs to send his units now towards either Dench, to like go 2v1 here, or towards Wonder and try to distract him a little bit. Try to go in, try to raid some, try to be annoying as good as you can. Yeah, of course, is defending for now, and we have Baby Come Back in a difficult situation. On the other side, looks like, ooh, what is that? No, it's green villages here from Minir. Looks like Dench is able to hold this without too much trouble. Do we have any trade up and running? I don't think so. Problem is, trade for the team THD will be really hard to establish as long as this forward is around, and as long as the battle defense and cap are inside the base, and Minir is establishing a little bit of an economy here. This is also dangerous because there could be military production very soon, and the trade won't happen. And the question is, how long is this game going? 52 minutes in, and I think it goes past 1 hour, at least looks like it from the file size, but I'm not sure how long it goes, and I don't know who's going to win this game. It's a really interesting one for sure. Halberdiers is now moving into fight the battle defense. That's not a good fight. Halberdiers for Byzantines are so damn cheap, and Wonder is producing a lot of them as far as I can see. There's a lot of barracks up. He's advancing towards the enemy pocket somehow, and he's just not finishing off the Aztecs flank here. And I wish he would do that. I wish we would see siege rams now. Instead, siege rams coming up from the edge. Like Byzantines, go siege rams, go like 5 or 6 of them, send some skirmishers and cataphracts, and the flank here will be dying. Now we have Lees with a market here with 3 TCs up and running. He's recovering a little bit, 28 villagers only. It still takes time, of course, and there's not so much space inside the base from Wonder actually. So sometime in the game they should probably try to get Lay's base back. For now, we can see a lot of light Kev getting produced, and the problem is Munir doesn't have trade and doesn't have a lot of gold income any longer. Relics are in favor of the THG team. They have 1 and 2, and no trade for any player. Trade cards. Actually, no, 7 for Dench. He's the first to establish a trade here. Got markets on that wood line. Makes a lot of sense here. Maybe that's why I didn't want to have the TC here. It's a possibility. And those trade cards are running where? I don't know. I don't see them for now. Here's 7 of them, but I don't know where he's sending them. I want to follow that trade card. Looks like they are bypassing that forward, so it's not a big problem here. But there's a lot of light Kev, and look at that big amount of elite battle elephants moving towards Dench space. This could be a game changer. We have trade cards going, and we have like still 7 of them. Not too many, but 5 castles from Wonder is a really strong defense here, and I think it's going to be really tough for the Munir team to actually get rid of all those castles and all those 4 buildings. We have a trebuchet around now. Finally, siege ram coming in. I like this idea. I've said it before, and Wonder has realized, yep, I need that now. I need to get down buildings fast. And there's archer range is now coming up, I guess, for more elite skirmishers. We have that forward still up and running, and we have a lot of elite elephants now inside Dench space. Light Kev around. Dench is on 52, 57, 58 military units, but he's moving forward. He's not going to defend. Instead, he's going to counter-attack here using his own siege rams. Light Kev on the field, but where's all the military units for him? I don't see it. Halberd is now raiding yeah, I mean, near second base, but Dench is losing a lot of villagers as well. He's on 89, numbers are falling, and looks like Baby Comeback is only on 33 now, so he's finally getting like rushed completely. He didn't save any villagers towards his oh my god, teammates, which is not good. I think all his villagers are still around here, and he cannot escape. That's a big problem, because if you lose a player, that's really tough to be. And you can see that Lace is rebooming on 64 villagers, but Dench is also losing a lot of them. He's finally sent the Halberdiers back, also Halberdiers from Wonder around now. There's still battle defense. The trade is going to go down probably. Ooh, that trade card is on 1 HP. Looks like that's 23 attack from the battle defense. Yes, that's a lot here. And more villagers also dying. And I don't really see how Dench is going to defend here if Munir is sending more. Then again, Dench has decent resources for Halberdiers, and Munir doesn't have the gold to go for a lot more elite battle defense. So this rush was decent, but maybe it wasn't good enough. And I think they needed to time that better. Dagobert needed to rush more, needed to send the champions earlier. They needed to take Dench down more or less. Dench instead tried to go for a counter attack here, and Munir and Dagobert still are in control of this game, but on the left hand side their flank is dying, and that's the biggest problem right now, I think. Also, you can see Wonder is now moving forward, and Wonder has he has the second highest score, but he has by far the highest population, 100 plus military units, siege rams, Halberdier, I guess a few elite cataphracts around, yes, and that's a really strong push coming up. The siege ram taking on castles really fast. Munir is in trouble now, and Munir lost the forward villagers on those farms. I think that was a sign to go back into the base for Lace. He can send villagers there now. He's back on 121 population, so he was able to reboom quite fast in the end. Of course, that's exponentially growing, the villager numbers, and you can see there's a lot of archer units now coming up. Munir has a lot of resources in the bank for trash units, but he is too slow to get those units up, and in the meantime, he's losing villagers, he's losing castles, he's losing parts of his base, and of course, there's still fightings going on. There is now elite battle offense coming in from Dagobert to help out. Dagobert also starting to raid with champions inside Dench space. He's moving forward with the champions here to get rid of the 4 buildings, and looks like Dagobert is taking over the lead somehow here, but I'm not sure how to stop Wonder, to be honest. 20k score and still 179 population. He is still looking good. He's still got decent food and wood, yeah, not so much in the bank, a little bit of gold. Trade wise, we have almost no trade cards, 16 for Dench, but that's pretty much it, and only 2 for Dagobert. Trade line for the Munir team is not good, and and therefore Wanderer is taking over and the THD team is taking the score lead here. 1 hour and 4 minutes in, the tides have changed, and you can see the base is clear, no villages there yet, but they might be soon. There's a little bit of gold around to take. The trade from Dench is continuing to run, and I think he's adding in trade cards as well. Spanish trade is really awesome. I didn't even point that out, but now as we are in the part of the game where there's no more gold to mine or almost none, it's so important to have that faster trade here. We have a lot of Heldiers around, champions against that, a few Aaron by, there's elite skirmishers, there's elite battle offense, there's light gift, there's pretty much everything. Cataphracts, trebuchets, sea trams, look, it's just beautiful. That's a lot of units going around. You can see all colors, and you can see at 1 hour and 6 minutes, Wanderer is moving more and more into the enemy's camp. How is the Aztecs flank looking? The castle is getting attacked from a trebuchet here, and I think maybe Wanderer should have finished him. And we have Baby come back on 17 villagers, so he's more or less dead. He's got a few resources in the bank, but cannot really do a lot of that. Housed on 20 population, is building houses now, going for a few lead skirmishers, but that's not good. And I think he needed to send villagers over to maybe Dagobert's base here, try to get a few farms or something like that. Now we have Dench with a few forward houses, trebuchet against that. We have champions still around for Dagobert, is sending a lot, but 194 population. How are you going to stop this? And Wonder won't get attacked anytime soon. Instead, he is moving with more and more units. Trebuchet against that castle, Citra moving forward, so the last castle from here will fall. And then what? Minir is pretty much without defense. Few lead skirmishers, but that's it. 41 military units. Still not sure where they are and what they are, because they may be spread. There's a few light cav still trying to go through into the trade. That makes a lot of sense. But it's Helbody waiting for those light cav, and this is pretty much deadly, because if that trade card is going down, it's not. But the light cav are taking so much damage here, and there is more light cav around the trade. Looks like Minir is trying to stop the trade from running. I guess that's pretty much his only choice that he has. But he needed to go for more military units himself, and while he has the 43, doesn't have enough to defend here. He can also not produce too many more because his food count is really low. You can see this just beautiful. A red stripe here on the left, a red stripe here on the right. In the middle, a big yellow road of military units. There's sea trams moving in now. Barracks coming up forward. The trebuchet is still hitting. And I think this game might be over now, because I don't see how the Team Minir is coming back, to be honest. Dagobert is still looking strong. He's got some trade going, but where's the markets here actually? He cannot go to any markets on the left hand side. They would be good, 77 gold. That's not happening. Instead, where's the markets actually? I don't see them. I guess it's not really that important where the trade cards are going, because it's still danger zone here. And while there is a lot of green and blue units now to try and defend, we have the left hand side of Minir's base completely destroyed now. And we have Helbodius still moving forward, C-Tram behind that. There's also Helbodius from the Teutons player, who didn't really do a lot in this game when it comes to military units. We saw Helbodius and Cap Rams, but he bought the time that Wanderer needed to get his army going. And the cheap army from the Byzantines plus the trade now from the Spanish is giving the team THD a lot of advantages here. Still, it went back and forth, and I think Minir did a very good job here. I just don't see how this game is going to get turned around once again. Maybe we're going to get surprised, but it's... Sorry for that, it's pretty unlikely. And I think I can go a little bit faster now. I don't need to. Chi-Chi coming up from who? No, Dench is actually calling the Chi-Chi, saying, you're down, let's finish this game. Looks like Baby Come Back did resign in the end. I didn't see that, sorry for that. Maybe you saw it in the chat and saying, hey, what is he talking about? But looks like Dagobert and Mir don't want to give up unless Dagobert is lower on population. Still got 69, 66 military units, but I think they can safely resign. They are just too far behind. Also in population, Minir is only on 89 pop. That's 64 villages only. And you're against 150 in total with your only 85. So the economy is not looking good. Now, of course, Dagobert is still sending in a lot of units, but he's not producing non-stop. He doesn't have a lot of gold. And the trade is only going to market with 21 gold apiece. That's pretty much nothing for a team game, for a 3v3. So in this point in the game, the champions are still trying to fight, but the three players from THV or THD and Dench can just add in more and more and more. And yeah, Wonder should send these units now. Maybe they're waiting for a final push here, waiting for some siege equipment. We have a few Halberdiers and Caprams moving into the trade once more, but it's cast around, there's Handcannoneers around. The trade now is running quite smoothly, actually. 8 train cards also from Lace. And Wonder is low on gold, but he could get some slingy here. Dench has a lot of gold in the bank. What is he going to do? What's the army choice he's going for? I guess he's still going for a few Handcannoneers. Yes, he's losing some of the buildings to the Cap Rams, but it's not a big problem because now Minier, I think, is getting killed, more or less. GG said stuff. Kind of, but it's happening, and it happened, and I guess there were minor mistakes that led to more mistakes that led in the end to a victory for THD. Hope you enjoyed this game. I think it was a good one. It was a very interesting one to see a pocket die almost completely. Dench and Dagobert playing a 1v1 more or less, and then it became a team game where in the end Baby Comeback didn't do a lot in this game, to be honest, but he had a tough fight against the Cataphracts, and I think he needed to go aggressive in earlier, in like Castle Age, for example. Then this could have been a totally different game. Like this, THD is winning. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next games. GG.